Twitter marketing has seen some considerable changes in the recent past. Add to that the growth of audio-based social platforms, which has only made Twitter adapt to newer ideas. We all saw how Clubhouse made waves, and now with Twitter Spaces, the audio network seems to be the latest melting pot for brands. Twitter Spaces is an excellent possibility for your brand to engage with its audiences over live conversation. And every marketer should take note of it. It's time you steer your marketing boat to the audio rooms. Don't worry if you don't know where to start. We will navigate you through the ins and outs of how to use Twitter Spaces to grow your brand. For the uninitiated, Twitter Spaces is a live audio conversation feature within the Twitter app that allows users with more than 600 followers to create audio chat rooms as hosts, speakers, or listeners. Basically, it is a podcast, which is live and open for all to join. It is an excellent place for marketers to give product demos, solve customer problems, and discuss the company roadmap. All of that sounds awesome, but let's find out more reasons as to how Spaces could be a game changer for you and your business. Well, firstly, Twitter has over 353 million active users scattered around the world. It is a great place for brands to target audiences from all sorts of backgrounds. Around 93% of brand followers on Twitter plan to buy from them. Secondly, businesses can't afford to ignore or miss out on the social audio platforms. Big players such as LinkedIn, Spotify, Discord, Facebook, and Instagram are planning to ride down the same road. Seems like people have fallen in love with this interactive new medium. So, how does one start a Twitter space? Open the Twitter Spaces first. You can create Twitter Spaces on both Android and iOS Twitter apps. Just open your Twitter app and hold the plus post button to reveal the Spaces option. Alternatively, you can head to your profile picture in the top left corner and tap on it as you would do for creating a fleet. But this time, scroll right in the camera mode to find the Spaces option. Second step is to name your Twitter space. You will see a prompt asking you to name your space. Since anyone can join Spaces as a listener, give your space a relatable name that clearly describes the topic you will be discussing. Next is managing your space audience. Once your space has started, you can invite people by sharing a tweet or through a direct message. You can add up to 10 speakers discussing in your space and countless listeners at a single time. To manage the guest interaction inside your Twitter space, tap on the people symbol. Here you can see how many people are present in your space, their roles, and any pending request to become a speaker. At any time, you can manage the role of each participant and make them speakers or listeners, and you can also remove anyone altogether. Next up, add captions in your space. Twitter Spaces automatically shows captions of the words you are speaking. All you have to do is check the View Caption box. But wait, why have captions in your Twitter chat room in the first place? Well, captions make the conversation more accessible and inclusive for people from different parts of the world. If your captions are on, you can get a transcript of everything you said after ending your space. Twitter retains the recording and transcript of your discussion for up to 30 days. Having a transcript can help you revisit the conversation and repurpose the discussion. So now the question is, how do you find spaces to join? When someone in your network starts or joins a space, a circle with a purple ring will pop up at the top of your screen in the Fleet section. The purple circle will include the space host's profile picture, username, and the number of attendees. All you need to do is to tap on the purple circle to enter the space. Once you enter, you will be able to see the details of people present in the space, their roles, along with a button to join this space. Tap on the button and voila, you joined Spaces. Now, if you joined as a listener, you can request to be a speaker, turn on captions, see the list of speakers and listeners, send emoji reactions, See the pinned tweets? Share the space via tweet or DM. Whereas joining as a speaker or becoming a speaker later adds the functionality of talking and sharing tweets in Space. Coming to the main point now, how can one use Twitter Spaces for their business? First is to discuss industry topics and trending news. Your audience is always interested in knowing the changing dynamics of the industry and how they can adapt to them. You can quench this thirst of curiosity by hosting sessions that talk about what is going on in the industry. Talk about the what's, whys, and who's of your industry. Second is to get feedback on your new features or product. It's hard to predict whether your customers will like the new feature you have developed or not. The best thing you can do here is ask them yourself. And this is something we all have been doing using survey forms, demos, emails, and whatnot. Twitter Spaces is another addition to your customer feedback channels. The real-time conversation will make the exchange of thoughts quicker than any other medium. Another thing you can do is to hold Q&A sessions. You can answer questions from customers about a new product or feature, or invite an expert within your industry to make things more interesting. Now that you know how to create a space, go create one. Invite people. Talk industry knowledge. Ask them for feedback. Give them value. And most of all, create a loyal community. Before you do that, don't forget to use a Twitter scheduling tool like SocialPilot. Pre-schedule your tweets, including the announcement of your upcoming Twitter Spaces, and watch them go live automatically. For more deets on what all you can do with SocialPilot, schedule a demo with us today.